Alright, welcome to the channel. Now the dust has settled on the crazy fight between the MMA fighter and Floyd Mayweather. Surprisingly entertaining. Let's have a look at the real super fight that's coming up in September and look at the 5 factors on what might decide who's going to win this one. The first one we're going to look at is experience. Now, if you look at this, even though Golovkin is 35, Canelo's only 27. Canelo's actually had a lot more fights. He's had 51 to 37 fights. So in terms of experience, you would expect Triple G being quite a bit older, but no. Although Triple G had a lot of amateur fights, a heck of a lot more amateur fights, I think, than Alvarez, who turned pro very young. Experience-wise, I think I've got down here as being equal, marked this as equal, because Canelo's been in with some great fighters like Mayweather. What did he learn from that fight? Did he learn that he's not the best fighter out there, or did he learn more than we think? Because he has improved a lot since then, by all appearances. I mean, Triple G's yet to be beaten, so the edge goes to him in, he hasn't had the bad experience of losing. But if you look at who Alvarez has been in with recently, he's been in with Cotto, Khan, Mayweather, probably the best 3 fighters he's been in with, along with an aging Shane Mosley. But I'm sure he learned something in that fight from the old master. And Austin Trout's a decent fighter, so he's actually fought slightly better opposition. If you look at Triple G's, probably the 3 best fighters he's faced is Brook, Kell Brook, blown up welterweight, Lemorx, who has gone on to be, he's a decent fighter, he's got decent power, and Daniel Jacobs, who's another good fighter. But the slight edge goes to Canelo in terms of this, but because of Triple G's amateur background, and I've marked this as equal. There wasn't too much of an edge for Alvarez, so I've marked this one down as equal. Now if we look at the next one, which could be the deciding factor in this fight, power. Now I think the edge here goes to Triple G. He's been a middleweight all his career, and he seems to carry almost inhuman, beyond his size, punch power, like Rocky Marciano used to do. Now Canelo has good power, but he doesn't seem to have that. Even though if you look at his knockout over Amir Khan recently, you might argue that he's got more power than Triple G, but don't forget Khan's no chin, and he was basically a blown up welterweight. But Triple G's got a higher KO percentage, quite a bit higher, and he looks very dangerous in every fight. He could take you out with one punch. I think the edge goes to Triple G in this one, so I've given him this round 2, if you will. He's one up on in this third one, physical, height, reach. Now Canelo's about 5'8", 5'8.5" probably, even though he's listed at 5'9", he doesn't look quite that. So he's a couple of inches shorter, but height and reach is not going to be much of a factor in this fight. And neither of these fighters are going to be dancing around and jabbing and moving. So size-wise, they're pretty similar. They're both very solid. They'll probably both rehydrate to around the same weight. So physically, they'll probably come into the ring about weighing at 160. They'll probably be around 170 fight night, maybe a bit higher. So this isn't going to be a factor in terms of any physical advantages. So I've given this one as an equal. Chin. Neither of these fights have ever been stopped, and neither has ever looked hurt in a fight either. In fact, the only time you may have seen them slightly stunned, but neither has ever looked like going down. So they've both got solid chins. So I couldn't separate them on this one. This is going to be another equal. Alright, welcome to the channel. Now the dust has settled on the crazy fight between the MMA fighter and Floyd Mayweather. Surprisingly entertaining. Let's have a look at the real super fight that's coming up in September. And we're going back to boxing ability now. Now both these fighters are very sound technically, and they both can throw a good variety of punches, go to the head and body. Triple G has got really good offense and a subtly underrated defense. He doesn't always look like it, especially against Kell Brook. He didn't seem to worry too much about defense because he probably thought Brook couldn't hurt him in that fight. But he will be at his best in this fight. He cannot give the target like he did in some of his previous fights, like to Canelo, because Canelo can take him out of there. And Canelo has improved technically since he fought Floyd Mayweather. He looks a lot more sound, even though he was outboxed by Khan. But then again, Khan is a extremely good boxer. Both these fighters are offensively minded and can both throw punches, pretty fast punches, and technically both sound. So I've put this again as an equal match. So what's the verdict? Well, only one of these things, one of these 5 categories I've picked, I can really say that okay, Canelo has a slight disadvantage in power, perhaps to Triple G, but then again, who doesn't at middleweight? So the verdict I've picked here, Triple G win. I think he just edges this one out, although if he lost it wouldn't surprise me. I wouldn't be too shocked, but I think he's really going to show what he can do in this. He's 35 now, he's not got that many more years left in him, but I don't think age will be too much of a factor in this one because he's still pretty much at his peak because he's not had that many fights. I can see this one, I can see Triple G winning by TKO in about 9 or 10. And that's what I'll be probably putting a small wager on. So look forward to the fight. It's going to be a classic, and enjoy the fight when it happens. Thanks a lot. Goodbye.